Yo, what is up, YouTube? I'm Blitz5, and happy Friday 13th. So, Friday 13th is one of my favorite days. Usually we have like one or two, maybe sometimes three a year. I think it's usually one or two. And I'm not a very superstitious person, but I just enjoy these kind of superstitious things and like the bad luck behind it. I kind of like the evil and darkness behind Halloween and Friday 13th. So getting that out of the way and saying that randomly. But anyways, happy Friday 13th. And in today's video, I want to talk about Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo NX. And obviously everybody and their mother is making a YouTube video about Nintendo because they just released their information. They had their presentation, Nintendo did, for the Nintendo Switch, and it's the biggest news in gaming right now. So obviously I have to make a video about it, but I don't actually have to make a video about it. Let me take that back. To be YouTube news and on the ball, I should be making a video about it, but I'm actually interested in this console. So I haven't purchased a Nintendo since the GameCube, and I actually returned the GameCube while it was still a current console because I did not like it. I know it might sound crazy. There's a lot of like Nintendo fans and GameCube fans, and I get that. I'm a huge Nintendo fan despite not owning a system since the GameCube. But you know, it might sound crazy. How could you be a Nintendo fan if you haven't owned a system since the GameCube? But, you know, I've played the Wii with all of my friends in college. The Wii was huge, right? Or, well, you might not have been in college at the same time as me, but when I was in college, the Wii was huge. Then the Wii U came out. My friends owned it. My girlfriend's family owns it. A lot of my friends, whatever. I played it, and I still love Mario. It took me a while to get over the fact that they gave up on graphics. Being a, like, hardcore gamer as a teenager, that's all I cared about was, like, the next thing. But now I totally get it. Now in a world where, you know, it's hard to play video games when your friends come over, Nintendo is awesome, and who really cares about graphics? Nowadays, a lot of people play mobile games. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes mobile games look like Nintendo games, like Nintendo Wii U games. So it doesn't really matter. And what's funny about the press conference is they didn't mention one thing about that, at least from what I saw, about any kind of like processing power. And this is on top of news, you know, now that I think like the Project Scorpio, the Xbox thing, is getting delayed, which is all about power. And, you know, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I'm still a fan of Xbox more than I am Nintendo, at least what they're doing, you know, kind of pushing the limit on that stuff. But I'm going to be getting this Nintendo. It took me however many minutes to get to this point, but I'm going to be buying this Nintendo. And right now it's funny because nobody has any idea about what's going on with the pre-orders and how to actually pre-order this console. It looks like now that it's the 13th, it's Friday night, it looks like you just have to go in store. I've always seen online that you could go to like the Nintendo store or Best Buy, but none of this stuff has actually been confirmed. I guess it will be confirmed if you actually go to your Best Buy, Walmart, or GameStop and they have the pre-order available. But I didn't want to trek out to the store because I don't really live near a GameStop or any of those things. I don't have a car. I live in like a city. I'd have to like take a subway or walk and take a train, blah, 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 blah. So I guess this weekend I'll go out and find out what I have to do because I want to make sure that I actually pre-order this console and able to get it. My cat is biting my keyboard right now, so I think he's a PC gamer, my cat. So that's what he's going to be doing. He's going to be, you know, playing strictly on PC while I go to Nintendo and play some of that. So as I throw my cat out the window, just kidding, onto the bed, back to Nintendo. So I'm super excited for this console because I want something to put in my living room that's like a gaming thing that when my friends come over, we can play, because I've had some friends visiting my apartment and it's hard to play a game, you know, and even on Xbox, every game is so hardcore. Like, you can't split screen Battlefield, so that's not fun to play. It's impossible to play like Call of Duty split screen. That's what me and my friend tried to do. He's probably listening to this video. Shout out to Dave. And it just doesn't really work. It's just not as much fun. And one thing that's cool is my girlfriend plays Nintendo, so that's very useful to have that. And I love this idea of like having the mobile platform of it where you could be playing and take it to go. And like, I commute to work a lot, so if I'm really into a game, I could take it while I'm walking to work or on the subway and play and further that, or like take it if I'm visiting a friend or whatever, going on a trip. You know, there's endless possibilities to this system. I think that's why everybody's on board with this, because it's just the best of both worlds. And something that I've always, just personally, this is like a personal thing, I don't think many other people feel this way, maybe they do, but I've always felt that, like, you know, when I leave my house, when I play a mobile game, or when I used to play like DS or whatever like that, I gave up on the DS. I wish that progress could go with something I did on console. I've always been kind of a fan of putting a lot of time into a game that lasts for a long time, or like a series I know is going to be around for a while, or like League of Legends or Hearthstone, where I know that if I put 10 hours into the game, in 1 year from now, I can go back to that game, and that 10 hours I put in will still matter. When nowadays, playing each Call of Duty is just so tiresome because at the next year, it's going to be wiped. All your stats are gone. Everything you did is gone. And that's why I've kind of moved away from playing games like that. I mean, I am playing Battlefield. You know, it's not like I'm totally over it, but it really kills me if I'm playing like a random DS game and then all of my stats go away. And I don't know. I guess I'm just not a really big single player person. But anyways, now with the system, it's like if I play at home or away, it's all going to the same stats, all tracked by Nintendo. I am like a sucker for that kind of stuff. And anytime it's like efficient and I can play on the go at my house, I'm going to be super excited. The only issue is now that I'm thinking about it and making this video, am I going to get one or am I going to get two? Definitely going to start out with one, but if my girlfriend and I really start playing this and we're going to want to play like the same game, then I don't know, maybe I'll need two. It's only $300. I mean, that's a lot of money, but in the scheme of things, it's not if you compare it to like a computer. It's like a gaming system and a DS, so you're kind of getting like a 2-for-1 deal here. But I don't know, maybe one is just fine. But what I did see is that if you have like friends over and they bring their Nintendo Switch, which is easy to do, you can play like local multiplayer and there's going to be online multiplayer. I'm not going to get into all the details. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably seen the presentation or watched somebody that's gone into all the crazy details. But to me, those are things that matter because I'm really into online multiplayer and playing socially. So that's where Nintendo gets me. I just want to play with my friends. And now that there's a paid online multiplayer, or paid online service, I should say, some people are looking at that as a negative, but I think that's a good thing if it works and people use it because I'm all about multiplayer social experience. I literally like can't do single player anymore. I tried so hard. I can't even finish the Battlefield single player, and people are like, it's the shortest single player ever. Like, that's their knock on the game. It's so short. I can't even fucking finish the Battlefield single player because I just want to go and play online with my buddies and multiplayer and compete and be more competitive instead of like the storyline. I don't know. I guess at some point, not everybody gets like this, but I've played so many single player games. I've played so many single player World War I games. The Battlefield 1 campaign is amazing. It just, you know, I kind of get it already. But not to digress into another thing, but that's what's going on with the Nintendo DX. I'm going to go pre-order it this weekend. I'm super excited. It's going to launch March 3rd. I hope I can hook it up and maybe record some video game videos. That would be sweet. Like I said, my girlfriend plays Nintendo games. She's probably better at Nintendo games than I am, especially because she's been playing the Wii and the Wii U and stuff like that. And I suck with like the Wii controllers. And I'm excited that the controller looks more like an Xbox controller now, and then you can break it off to have like the little nunchuck thing, but I want to have like the controller or mouse and keyboard. I don't want to have like a fucking nunchuck that I hold on to and like swing around and not be super responsive. I want to hit A and jump at the exact time that I hit A. So hopefully that kind of stuff is all figured out and works very well, and that I will be pleased. Let me know if you guys are thinking about getting the Nintendo NX. I think this is going to be pretty big for Nintendo, and it's coming out at an interesting time in the fall. Missed the Christmas season. It just seems it's such a Nintendo thing to do, like just come out so soon after like they're releasing information about this 2 months before it's going to come out. No pre-order information. They missed the holiday season. I think Nintendo truly does not give a fuck, and now it's coming back. And it's making them awesome. Before, everyone was just like, what are you doing, Nintendo? Or at least, you know, people like me. And now it's coming back like Nintendo's fucking awesome because they really don't care. They just do what they do. And now it's turning out to be very successful. And on top of this, I think Nintendo's on their game right now. They have the Nintendo Switch. They had Mario Run, Pokemon Go. Even though, you know, people might say Pokemon Go was a fail, it wasn't in my eyes. It was great. It launched well. It didn't last, but they have something going on. And, I'm excited to see what they do with it in the future. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. As always, I'm Blitz5, and peace out.